Hello everybody, welcome back to Velocity Online Racing and welcome to round 6 of Velocity Online Racing Season 2. We are here at Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway for the 6th round of this season. We are racing on a short track on a Saturday night, on Halloween night as well for good measure, so it's going to be a great race under the lights here at Gateway. Going to the starting grid, we got Dave STEADMAN on the pole from the United Kingdom. Alongside him is going to be Julien Altena from the Netherlands. Then onto row 2, Gonzalez from Spain. Then from the United States of America, Shane Coogan on the outside of row 2. Then onto row 3, the Swede Oscar Fredriksson and the American Gary Gotso, both drivers for Velocity Online Racing. Then onto row 4, we got Matt HUSTON for Team Racefirst and Ryland Dewsbury for Team BR Racing. Onto row 5 we got AJ Musselman and Tyler Bloom, both drivers from the US as well. Then onto row 6, William ALCALA and Scott Christensen. Row 7 we got Marcus HUDSON making a rare appearance in the league. It's been a while since we've seen him, I believe, so we welcome him back on the grid. And alongside him is going to be Alexander van der Sant in P14. P15 and P16 go to Domingos CORAGEM and Michael Jeffries. Michael Jeffries making his first start in the league from Australia. And just like that, we are already at the end of the first lap. And in the back we got an incident, and that is William ALCALA touching the curb and Tyler Bloom. Oh my god, he goes into the air. And there's another car involved, and there's multiple cars involved in that lap 1 incident there. And this is on board with Scott Christensen, and he just about avoids that. And that was a huge incident there. So we already lost 3 to 4 cars on the first lap of the race, so that was really unfortunate. But going on to lap 5 straight away, back underway here at Gateway. And we've got Dave STEADMAN still in the lead in front of Oscar Gonzalez, who is now up into P2. And he is ahead of Julien Altena, and he again is ahead of Oscar Fredriksson, who is now running a matte paint. So yeah, it looks pretty good on him there. And he is running in P4. We've got Shane Coogan in P5, also having a look to overtake Oscar here into turn 1. Not able to do anything there. And we got Oscar Gonzalez going for the lead here on the outside of Dave STEADMAN. And it's going to be a wild Saturday night pack race on a short oval. And that's a recipe for disaster. So we're going to see how this race is going to unfold. But Oscar Gonzalez goes to the lead. They are going 2-3 wide even at points. And Oscar Fredriksson is now on the inside of Dave. And he's going to make that move stick there on the inside for turns 3 and 4. But Shane Coogan has now moved up to P2. And he's battling with Oscar for the lead. As we also have Gary Gotso in front of Julien Altena now. So Gary having a really decent start there. And then going on to lap 14. Shane Coogan has dropped back a little bit, so yeah, he's now around P8, and we got Matt HUSTON now attacking Oscar Gonzalez for the lead, and a lot has changed in only a couple of laps, and that's Oscar Gonzalez into the wall. Julien Altena has collected, and Oscar Fredriksson hits him up the rear as well, I believe. No, that's wrong, that is Gary Gotso, who has got some slight front wing damage. So even more cars out of the race now, and that's is the second caution of the race already on lap 17, and this was a pretty decent opportunity for everybody in the field to pit for fresh tires and fuel. But if we can, we want to get up a replay from that incident, and here you go. That's a huge case of netcode there into turn 1, and that was ridiculous, man. Matt wasn't even near Oscar, and Oscar went into the wall from contact on his screen, and that ended the race of Julien Altena and a few others in the field as well. And that is not great for him, because he is in a championship battle with Oscar Fredriksson and Luis Gonzalez Nunez, so he's going to lose a lot of points there. But lap 20, Gary Gotso is now the leader of the race with some slight front wing damage. But there's only a handful of cars left still in the race, so he should be able to nurse this to the finish without any problems. And he's going to pit later on anyway as well. So I doubt it's going to cost him too much time. But the end of the first lap on the restart then. We got Team VOR teammates running for P1 and P2. Oscar having a little look, but not quite able to do anything there, as we got a car moving up the track. That is Dave STEADMAN in P4. And it looked like he was going to be under pressure from Ryland, but that's not the case. Ryland is holding back a little bit, I believe. So, yeah, he's going to sit there and wait for carnage to unfold again. And here you go. Lap 21, starting lap 22. They're going 3 wide again into turn 1. Gary Gotts on the inside, Matt Houston in the middle, and he goes to the lead now. Oscar Fredriksson on the high side, and he goes in front of Gary as well, and he takes P2. And Oscar is now going for the lead on Matt Houston here on the inside for turn 4. Both drivers running side by side, leaving a lot of space for each other, so that's good to see that these two have got some respect for each other at this point in the race. And you kind of need to have that because it's only lap 24 of the race. A lot of cars have already retired from the race from contact. So these guys really just want to finish the race. As we can see, Ryan Dewsbury making a pass on Gary as well. And Gary at this point probably just taking it easy with the damage he has. Trying to nurse his car to the finish and take some valuable points for the team. As we got Domingos CORAGEM making a pass on Dave STEADMAN on the inside here. And Oscar Fredriksson is still leading the race, crossing the start-finish line again to lead a lap. We got 1 point for leading a lap, another for the pole position award, and 2 for leading the most laps of the race. So we're going to see who's going to get those points. But for now, we're focusing on the battle for the lead. Matt Houston trying to make a pass again on Oscar here on the inside for turns 3 and 4. And he is going to get that position for now. But Oscar tucking back into the draft, pulling down low. And he is going to have a look again into turn 1. And it is Matt Houston leading that lap. As Oscar again has a look on the inside here. But the momentum really is on the high side with the tires going off slightly as well. And Oscar is now under pressure from Domingos CORAGEM. And he is going to take P2 from him there. Dave STEADMAN also really close behind, going to have a look. And behind him is Ryan Dewsbury. And Ryan, of course, won the Homestead 300k, the season opener. Hasn't really had a great season after that, so he's going to look to bounce back from a couple of poor results. But, ooh, that's Oscar Fredriksson getting really close to Domingos, by the way, there. But going to lap 34 now, it's been fantastic racing so far, since the last restart on lap 20. So 15 green flag laps is pretty decent. And these guys are still going at it, but not for long. Oscar Fredriksson gets taken out by Ryan Dewsbury, and let's go on board with Ryland here. After the race, Ryland said that he didn't expect Oscar to brake for turn 1, but Oscar was in the dirty air of the cars in front, so he couldn't really take a normal clean air kind of speed level. That's even a proper sentence. Oh my god, that's terrible. But anyway, Oscar had to brake, otherwise he wouldn't make the corner, and Ryland didn't really expect that for some reason, and that unfortunately took out both of those drivers. And we only have 6 cars left in the race, I believe. So, yeah, we've got 18 starters and 6 cars still running. And that's, yeah, that's pretty chaotic. But lap 40, the restart here. First lap from that restart is already in the books. And it's got Domingos CORAGEM battling side by side with Matt Houston. And he moves up the track and takes out Matt as well. And that's Dave STEADMAN getting involved. And there's also carnage in the back with another driver, not sure who that is. It might be Marcus Hudson, but there's more and more cars getting taken out. And this race has just been a recipe for disaster with the setup that we got put on here, the iRacing fix setup. It just promotes pack racing in these cooler night conditions, and the pack racing wasn't really expected coming into this race. It was expected to be a lot of tire fall off, but that really hasn't been the case too much under the lights here at Gateway. And just looking at the replays there, as the pace car pulls out of the pit road there. Yeah, just looking at the replays there, Domingos moved up the track probably from a bit of tire degradation, and the low side just having a little less banking than the high side, and that just pushes the car up into the line of Matt, and contact was there, and that ended the race of multiple people. So going back to green now then, Gary Gotts is leading on lap 51 of 140, so still 90 laps to go, and we only got 5 people left in the race, and that is terrible. That's a terrible stat if we're brutally honest here. Not even 5 cars, by the way. We're down to 4 cars at this point. Not much really happened. Everybody has been really cautious. They just wanted to finish the race. Everybody had to pit for fresh tires and fuel. So Gary Gotso has stayed out the longest. He is now 2 laps ahead of the field. And he is entering pit road and he spun. Entering the pit lane there. And he is going to cause a caution, which is going to come out right now. So the caution is out. But Gary, I keep confusing these two for some reason. But Gary was 2 laps ahead. So it is not going to make any difference in the race result. But still, a caution has come out. And unfortunately for, the entertainment, we're going to finish under caution here. But for Gary, it doesn't really matter too much. He's going to win his first race in Velocity Online Racing. It's not his first start, but it's going to be his first race win in the league. So congratulations to him. A very well-deserved victory there. We got Alex van der Sen in P2. And Scott Christensen in P3. And Michael Jeffries finishes P4 on debut there. So that's a really solid and strong run from him there. Just taking the finish flag and getting some really decent points there. But you can see some big names down in the field. Oscar Fredriksson is out of the race. Matt Houston out of the race. Julien Altena out of the race. Oscar Gonzalez also out of the race. So a lot of people have not scored as many points as they would like. And that is really going to hurt them perhaps in the championship standings. So yeah, we will see. After this one, we got Road America. So only 3 races left in the championship. The championship battle is wide open. Yeah, as I said, the next race is going to be at Road America. So we look forward to seeing you then.